I just came back from the movies after watching No Time to Die, the latest James Bond blockbuster, and I've got a non-spoiler review for you right now. I'm not going to spoil anything. It stars Daniel Craig and Léa Seydoux and Rami Malek and Lashana Lynch, Ralph Fiennes, Ben Whishaw, Jeffrey Wright, Ana de Armas, an incredible cast. And I have to tell you that this movie was a real treat. For someone that really enjoys the Bond franchise like I do, this was not only the culmination of the storylines that have been a part of all of the Daniel Craig Bond films, but it was also a real touching nod to the past of James Bond. You'll hear echoes of music from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. You'll see vehicles that are very familiar to any Bond aficionados in there. The action set pieces are wonderful. The performances are really, really solid and meaningful and framed with an attention to try to create as much impact as possible. This is obviously Daniel Craig's last run at James Bond. He said he's moving on from the role, and it's a shame because he is the best James Bond. He, in my estimation, Casino Royale is my favorite James Bond movie. It still remains that after this film, and I just have been really blown away by his physicality in the role and his commitment to the role, and to also ground the character and make him someone that, you know, has some real emotion and goes through things that affect him, you know, because James Bond in the past has been able to kind of just, you know, brush off his shoulders and fix his tie and carry forward like nothing ever impacts him. But clearly a lot of things have in Daniel Craig's run, and there are some pretty epic things that happen in this particular film that is a nice wind-up of what Daniel Craig has kind of laid down on film as this character, this seminal character. I thought that the filmmaking from first-time Bond director Cary Joji Fukunaga was really damn impressive, and he was brought to this opportunity by his excellent work on the True Detective series on HBO. And I gotta tell you, man, this is just a gorgeous film to watch. You know, great use of muted colors, and there's some, you know, lush environmental fog that we're having action sequences in. We go to beautiful Italian cities. We're in Norway for a little bit. Of course, we frame up London, and there's lots of underground stations, and we're in people's apartments that are filled with all kinds of great little tchotchkes and knickknacks that help to create a little bit of color and, you know, resonance around characters that we've seen pop up throughout these films. And I really love that. You also see nice touches like portraits on the walls that tip to the James Bond history. That was all wonderful. There was also a real attention to the cool gadgets this time in a Daniel Craig James Bond film. And if you've watched any of the previous ones, you know that they've kind of shied away from that kind of stuff because they've wanted a more grounded series. And this one still retains that grounded kind of vibe, but yeah, we get to be a little bit more playful. We see an Aston Martin DB5 with machine guns that pop out of the headlights, and that was just incredible. The Bond fanboy in me, who's been watching James Bond movies since The Spy Who Loved Me, that was the very first one, I was just really taken aback and really pleasantly surprised by all those nice little touches and celebrations of the James Bond myth. I was also really impressed by the newcomers like Lashana Lynch. I thought she did a fantastic job as a new 00 agent that's folded into the mix. I also thought Rami Malek was an excellent villain. Yeah, I was really impressed. I thought that this was a hell of a good James Bond film, and in fact, it's up near the top in my, you know, top 10 Bond films of all time. I still think that Casino Royale and Skyfall are better James Bond movies, but this is an excellent one that's going to be totally worth the rewatch and the analyzation over time. And looking through all of Daniel Craig's work here as James Bond, I think is going to be an interesting thing to discuss. Because he really built something incredibly special. And I guess that's part of my feeling around this movie. It's kind of sad that we have to say goodbye to an actor that's perfect as this character. I don't know how they're going to beat Daniel Craig. I don't know how the hell the producers, Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson, ever expect to top what Daniel Craig has just done. Certainly, this is a great capper on his turn, on his run. And it's got great action, some, you know, nice romantic elements, some cool moments for all of the supporting players. I like the sequence with Ana de Armas and Daniel Craig fighting alongside each other in Cuba. I thought that was really cool. Jeffrey Wright is great in this, as well as Felix Leiter, very, you know, meaningful ally for James Bond. I came away incredibly impressed. I'm going to give No Time to Die an 8.5 out of 10.